up, you guys? Welcome to the birth story part. Sit down and kind of go into detail about what happened. I just wanted to share because it is a positive birth story. I just love to spread positive stories and positive vibe. Water broke October 19th of 2022. It was a Wednesday, and that day I had actually been super active. I took Mila to gymnastics. I took her to the park after, did a lot of stuff around the house. I don't think I sat down once that day. Not only that, the night before, so Tuesday, Javier and I got busy, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that had a lot to do with it as well. They say sex does lubricate it down there, and sperm can actually help dilate the cervix. I'm pretty sure I'll put exactly what it does here on the screen, but pretty sure that's what it does. The water broke like almost exactly 24 hours after that. I wasn't even sure if it was my water at first. I was changing Mila, and all of a sudden, and I was kind of bending over the bed changing her, all of a sudden this liquid starts dripping down my leg. I was like, I told Javier, I was like, I either just peed myself or my water broke. Couldn't really tell, but I also tried to stop it when it was coming out, but I couldn't. So I was like, I'm pretty sure it's my water because I tried to stop it and I could not stop it. Called labor and delivery, and I was like, I think my water just broke. And then we're like, okay, come on in, let's check you out. And it was like 9 p.m. Javier's mom actually came to pick Mila up. That was our plan. We were gonna have her come get her. She lives right around the corner. Had Mila's bag packed and everything ready for her whenever she had to go, but nobody else's bags were packed. Got to the hospital and they checked me and they confirmed that it was my amniotic fluid. I was so happy, okay? Because at this point I was 37 weeks and 5 days pregnant. 37 weeks and 5 days pregnant. Holy crap. The whole pregnancy, I was like, I'm gonna have her early. I'm gonna have her early. I'm going to have her early. Trying to prep and prepare to have her early. Just came a little bit too early because I was about to pack my hospital bag. That didn't happen. My water broke and I wasn't having any contractions, no pains, no other signs of labor, no mucus plug lost, nothing else. Gave me the option, do you want to go home or do you want to labor at the hospital and be admitted? I said, I most definitely want to go home. I went home, I got on my birth ball, I started, they did check my dilation as well. I was only at a 1. Mila ended up staying at her grandma's because at this point it was probably like almost 11 p.m. She was already asleep. We weren't gonna bother her, so we let her sleep there. We had to be back at the hospital by 8 a.m. to induce me if my contractions hadn't started on their own. Tried so hard to get them started. Drank raspberry leaf tea like for a couple hours before I ended up going to bed. Did the birth ball. I did some peanut ball exercises. I did everything. Nothing. I was watching YouTube videos. BridgetTeyler on YouTube, I highly recommend. I watched her throughout both my pregnancies, and when I went into labor with both girls, I watched her, did her breathing exercises, did her birth ball exercises. She is awesome. I'll link her YouTube channel in the description below. Around 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. I decided it was time to go to bed. I should just get some rest, and that's what I did. We got up the next morning and still no contractions. Went to the hospital, got there by 8 a.m. Since I didn't have any contractions or anything throughout the night, they weren't concerned about checking my dilation or anything. It was totally fine. Continued to labor on my own at the hospital. No medication, no induction yet. I wanted to try a little bit longer and still nothing. About 3 hours into being at the hospital, that's when they gave me my first dose of, I think it's called S.E.X. I'll put the actual name here. But they gave me my first dose of that, and it was a half a pill. Absolutely nothing happened. I was still doing the birth ball exercises, walking around, trying everything, squatting to get this baby down and out, start contractions, but nothing. It was kind of disappointing. 4 hours later, gave me my second dose of S.E.X, I'm pretty sure it's called. At that point, they also checked my dilation and I was at a 3. A little bit of progression, gave me that second dose. After that, shortly after that, when my contractions started getting a little bit more consistent, and they got very painful. Very painful, very quickly. And I felt a lot more confident in taking the surges. Surges is another word for contractions. Taking the surges one by one and thinking in my head, This surge is gonna bring me closer to meeting my new baby. Doing some hip movements, and I'll kind of demonstrate doing some hip movements. Like this movement right here really helped me take those contractions one by one. Helped so much. I highly recommend this position. Javier also helped me. He was pressing on my back and trying to counter the pains of the contraction. Pretty sure I labored for about 3 hours on my own, and then I ended up getting the epidural. That was so painful this time. My last epidural was not painful at all. Like, it was really quick, really easy, and he got it done. I'm pretty sure it was actually the same guy who did it last time because I recognized him. And so he gave me the epidural, but yeah, it was really painful this time. Core memory, something I'll always remember, Javier pulled a chair up in front of me, sat in front of me, held my hands through it all, and that helped so much. Just looking into his eyes, and of course I was crying like this. It's like a pain, the most painful thing ever. It helped. I really don't know what I would do without him. And honestly, when they say serotonin really helps you during labor, it's really true. So if you have the option to have people there that love and support you and that you feel 100% comfortable with, please do that. Have those people there. I also had my mom in the room this time. Last time I didn't get to have her in the room because it was like prime pandemic when I went to labor with Mila. However, I got the epidural, and usually the epidural kind of slows labor down in a lot of cases. It didn't with Mila, and it didn't this time either. They checked me after I got the epidural. I was at a 5, so we thought I would be sitting there for a while laboring. And so my mom left shortly after I got the epidural because she thought I would be chilling for a while. She was gonna come back maybe when I was higher in dilation. No, about an hour later, the midwife actually came in and checked me, and she was like, oh my gosh, you're out of 10, you're ready to push. Like, oh, okay. I had just sent Javier to Target. He made it back in time. At least Target was like right across the street. At this point, I was feeling a lot of pressure. So with the epidural, for myself, I do feel a lot of pressure. It just feels like you gotta shit like really bad. It's like, it's definitely time to push. It was 100% effaced. She was in the -3 station, which is still pretty high up. I wanted the mirror. So I asked for the mirror, and I'm so glad I did. I highly recommend. Didn't have the mirror with Mila, but what they do is they set up the mirror so that you can see the baby come out. Got to see her come out, which was crazy. She has so much hair. So I got to see like this black ball just coming out of me. It was kind of crazy. A miracle, literally like perfection. Wow. There's nothing like it. There's really nothing like it. So they got all ready. I put my legs up. I got ready to push, and 6 pushes later, about 10 minutes, and there she was on my chest. She was perfect. She was a little crybaby. Mila did not cry when she came out. Cutest, sweetest little cry ever. Came out pretty clean, which was also weird. Maybe because she was early? I'm not sure. So pretty. Yeah. It's funny how like the whole pregnancy, her being my second child, I had a fear of like, how am I gonna love another human as much as I love Mila? It just happens. They laid her on my chest and I bawled my eyes out. I would say like, even for postpartum, time has been going by fast, but also slow at the same time. I feel like I'm cherishing the moments more now because knowing that she's my last baby, knowing how fast they grow, and already having one, having a toddler, and how fast time flew by with Mila. I really want to cherish this newborn phase. I'm just so grateful that I brought her here, healthy baby, and I'm just so grateful. She's so beautiful. And yeah, and if you don't know, her name is Hendrix. So now I am 1 week and 5 days postpartum. It's going good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. It really helps out my channel a lot. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.